You're underwater, chest burning, lungs screaming. Every cell in your body convinced you're about to die from lack of oxygen. Here's the thing, you're not. Your oxygen levels are probably fine. What's actually happening to you has almost nothing to do with running out of air. And once you understand what's really going on, you're going to look at every hold your breath and swim contest, every kid daring their friend to stay under longer, completely differently. Because the thing that's supposed to save your life can also be the exact thing that ends it, silently, without a struggle, without warning. This is the story of the alarm system in your body that everyone thinks is measuring oxygen. It's not. It's measuring something else entirely, and there's a way to trick it. People do it on purpose, thinking it makes them safer underwater. It's actually the opposite. It's one of the most dangerous things you can do in a pool. Picture a pool. You take a huge breath, go under, and start counting. 30 seconds in, your chest starts to tighten. 60 seconds, it's borderline painful. You come up gasping like you just sprinted a mile. Ask literally anyone why that happens, and you'll get the same answer. I was running out of air. Makes sense, right? No air going in, oxygen levels drop, body panics. Except that's not actually the mechanism. Not even close. Your body, it turns out, is really bad at directly sensing low oxygen. It doesn't have some built-in fuel gauge ticking down toward empty. What it's obsessively, aggressively monitoring is carbon dioxide. Every breath you take, you're not just pulling in oxygen, you're pushing out CO2, a waste product your body makes constantly, just from existing. The second you hold your breath, that CO2 stops leaving. It builds up in your bloodstream. And rising CO2 makes your blood slightly more acidic. Your brain has sensors specifically built to detect that acid shift, not your oxygen level, the acid. Once it crosses a threshold, your brain hits the panic button. Your diaphragm starts twitching, almost convulsing, trying to force you to breathe, whether you want to or not. That burning feeling in your chest at 60 seconds, that's not your oxygen running out. That's a CO2 alarm going off. Think of it like a smoke detector that only smells smoke. It has no idea if there's actually fire yet. It just knows something's building up, and it's loud about it, which raises a genuinely unsettling question. If that alarm is only tracking CO2, what happens if your oxygen is actually dropping to dangerous levels and nobody's watching? This is where it gets dangerous, because there's a trick people use. Swimmers, spearfishers, freedivers, and on paper, it sounds smart. Before going underwater, they take a bunch of fast, deep breaths, hyperventilating on purpose. The idea is simple. Blow off extra CO2 beforehand so it takes longer to build back up, so you can hold your breath longer without that burning feeling. And it works. That part's true. You genuinely can stay under longer without discomfort. But here's the catch nobody tells you. You haven't added a single extra second of usable oxygen. You only disabled the alarm that tells you when it's running low. Your oxygen is still dropping the entire time, at the exact same rate it always would. You've just muted the warning light. This has a name. It's called shallow water blackout, and it is one of the most quietly dangerous things a person can do in water.
Normal drowning, the kind you picture, involves struggling, splashing, gasping, someone in visible trouble. Shallow water blackout doesn't look like that at all. Because the CO2 alarm has been suppressed, there's no burning chest, no urgent need to breathe, no panic. The swimmer feels completely fine, right up until the oxygen level in their brain drops so low that it simply switches off. No warning, no struggle. Sometimes it happens mid-lap, mid-dive, a few feet from the surface, with nobody around even realizing anything's wrong until it's too late. And here's the part that should really catch your attention. This isn't happening to weak swimmers. It's happening to strong ones, trained ones, competitive swimmers, spearfishers, freedivers who are confident enough in their lungs to try and push the limit using this exact trick. The Divers Alert Network has documented this pattern for years. It's competence plus overconfidence, not incompetence, that puts people at risk here. The discomfort you feel at 60 seconds underwater, the thing everyone tries to train through or trick their way past, was never the enemy. It was the one thing standing between you and blacking out with zero warning. Now, your body isn't completely reckless about being underwater. It's got backup. The second cold water hits your face, something ancient kicks in, called the mammalian dive reflex. Your heart rate drops. Blood vessels in your arms and legs tighten up, redirecting blood toward your heart and brain, the two organs that absolutely cannot afford to run low. It's the same reflex seals and whales rely on to stay under for extended periods. Humans still carry a weaker version of it, a leftover from somewhere way back in our evolutionary history. It's even why splashing cold water on your face can calm you down in a stressful moment. You're literally triggering a reflex built for survival underwater.
So how do world-class freedivers hold their breath for minutes at a time without dying? Not by hyperventilating and hoping. That's the amateur mistake. They train something completely different: tolerance. Through specific breath hold training, they teach their body to withstand higher levels of CO2 before the panic response kicks in. The alarm still works, it just goes off later because they've built genuine tolerance to the discomfort, not because they silenced the system entirely. That distinction is everything. One approach extends your limits safely, the other just switches off the smoke detector while the fire keeps burning. So back to that burning feeling in your chest. It was never your body failing you or running out of fuel. It was your body doing exactly what it evolved to do, using the one signal it could reliably measure to protect you from the one thing it couldn't directly see. You don't black out underwater because you ran out of oxygen. You black out because you stopped listening to the signal that was trying to save you. Next time you're in a pool and someone dares you to hold your breath as long as possible and you feel that burn creeping in around 30 seconds, that's not weakness. That's not your body giving up early. That's the alarm doing its job. The real danger was never running out of air. It was ever thinking you could outsmart the system built to keep you breathing.